Hello, this is Daniel Grady with a quick look at the markets for today, Wednesday, April 23rd. We have a somewhat busy day coming up, starting at 7 o'clock GMT when we have Purchasing Managers Index data coming out from France. Then at 7:30 we have the same from Germany, and then at 8 o'clock we have for the entire Eurozone, so we could see some volatility in the Euro here and also in French and German stocks if this data comes in as unexpected. Then at 8:30 GMT, we have the minutes from the Bank of England, the last policy meeting, which will get a lot of investor attention. This could also generate some significant volatility here in the pound as well as in British stocks. We also have some other economic data from the United Kingdom at the same time, but it's most likely going to be overshadowed by the Bank of England. After that, at 1:45 GMT, we have a Purchasing Managers Index for the United States. This is just for manufacturing, so we're not expecting all that much volatility. At 2 o'clock, we also have new home sales from the United States, also not expected to generate all that much volatility. And then for people who are trading the Kiwi, at 9 o'clock in the evening, we have the policy decision by the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, where the market is expecting a change in the interest rate. Moving over to the markets, the S&P 500 yesterday continued to move higher, is up another 0.4%. That optimism continued during the Asian session, during the beginning of the Asian session. However, we had some reports of some bad news from China. PMI data came out showing a contraction in the Chinese economy, and then equities fell through the Asian session and ended up pretty much unchanged, broadly speaking, with Chinese stocks closing on the downside. Going into the session today, S&P 500 futures at the moment are trading pretty much unchanged, looking at a neutral outlook for the stock market. It's also important to point out that we had 6 consecutive days of bull markets here for the S&P 500, so we could be looking at a short-term correction here pretty soon, a general profit taking. Also coming up today, we're continuing with earnings season, so we have several important companies reporting earnings, including Procter & Gamble, Qualcomm, Boeing, Delta Airlines, and Dow Chemicals will be reporting before the beginning of the session, and then after the market closes in the evening, Facebook and Apple also report their first quarter earnings. The euro is trading at the moment just a hair below 138.30, which is our current resistance level. As we're expecting some volatility here in the euro, we could expect the euro to push above that. Our next level of resistance is at 139 above that, and we don't have any significant support here until we get below 137.50. The pound is also just a hair below. It's the highest it's been since 2011. Also expecting some significant volatility here. So if this level were to break and it were to move above that, we could see our next level resistance as high as 169 or even higher. And then we don't have any significant support here until 166.50. However, there's some interim support at 167.50, so we could have a strong swing here in the pound depending on how the data performs. The yen is also it's continuing to come off of 102.75 as we expected yesterday. This was our set resistance level. We have a slight or relatively weak support level here at 102.25, and then major support here at 101.50. And finally, we have gold, which is expected to continue to move on the downside. It's continuing its downward trend as investors are winding out or moving away from relatively safe haven assets. It's below our previous support, which we had at 1,285. It's just a hair below that at the moment. We'll be looking at 1,280 as an important level here. If it were to move below 1,280, we could expect gold to continue towards 1,260 or even further below that. At the moment, we have support at 1,260 and resistance at 1,285. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and happy trading.